Something a bit different today. We are heading up through Coate Water Country Park in Swindon. We're going up through a little village called Hodson and out onto the Ridgeway, where we're going to do a local cross-country ride. It's a really lovely day. We haven't had a lot of rain recently, so the trails should be prime, dry and hopefully nettle and bramble free. Just ahead you can see the iconic diving board at Coate Water. It's one of Swindon's greatest landmarks. In the summer, once these trees have all burst into life and are all leafy and green, it's like riding through a tunnel. Now we're heading out of Swindon, over the bridge over the M4 and into Hodson. But once you get through Hodson, come out the other side across that busy road, you end up here in this beautiful countryside. We call this section of the route the Three Fields. Funnily enough, it takes you through 3 fields and then we pop out onto the Ridgeway. I really like coming up here in the spring because you can hear the birds tweeting and the insects making their buzzing noises, and it's just beautiful. Such a contrast from being in the town. So this is the second of the 3 fields. It's a bit churned up in places where the farmer's been driving his tractor through. Luckily it's very dry, so it's a bit like riding over a washboard. At least it's not muddy. But it's nice at the moment because the crops haven't grown up yet. And you can see this beautiful view. You can't see this on the GoPro, but right in the distance over there is the radio mast. That's another feature on the Ridgeway. We won't be going over there today. Maybe I'll do another video. If you like this one, let me know and I'll do another Ridgeway ride at some point and take in a different route. Hi. You know, that's the most people I've ever seen through here. I rarely see people. You see the odd dog walker, but you never see groups of people like that. This is always a bog as well through here. Again, it's dried out a bit by the looks of it. So we're now up on what's called the Old Ridgeway, heading towards Barbury Castle. It's really quite windy, so I hope you can hear me over the wind. Unfortunately, this gets very, very boggy in the wet nowadays. It's always had some puddles on it. You'll see what I mean when I get to it, but it's eroded massively. Nobody's doing any maintenance on it. And now when we've had rain and in the winter, it's practically impassable. I certainly avoid it in the winter. So now we're coming up to the first of the big puddles. I mean, it's fairly easily passable today. I'm just going to stop here. But in the winter, this is completely covered in water. And when, of course, it's wet, getting around the edges is difficult because it's so muddy. But today it's fine, so we'll keep going. This is another one. Again, in the winter, really difficult to get around. I mean, you can see how wet it is still there. And it's such a shame. It never used to be like this. There's another one just down there as well. So we'll never get ourselves around this and then keep going. So this road leads up to the car park of Barbury Castle. And as you can see, it gets very busy when the weather's nice. we're just going to ride up a short way and then cross back onto the Ridgeway, but we are going to end up there. So this is Barbury Castle. Last time I rode up here I ended up in the wrong rut and got stuck. Hopefully I'll pick the right line today. So this side of the castle, it is actually quite windy. And this is the car park. So there is a road that leads up to the car park, as you will have seen earlier. We crossed it and all those cars were waiting to come up. The road itself sort of ends up here. We're just going to head out onto it now. They all came up from down that way, just to my left. See, that's like proper road. It's narrow, but it's still a road. The road continues this way. There's this rather interesting house on the left there. It used to have a giant jelly baby in the window. I can't see the jelly baby anymore, so I don't know where that's gone. But anyway, and there's a farm here. Lots of racing stables and things around this part of the country. But as we continue down this road, you can see it turns more rough, potholy, and it actually turns into what's locally known as 4 Mile Clump, which is a rough, chalky, rutted, off-road track. And sometimes you'll get cars accidentally going down there and then seriously regretting it. But we're going to turn off just here onto Smes Ridge. So this is Smes Ridge, very popular with mountain bikers, walkers, dog walkers. They have various events across the Ridgeway in the summer months, walking, running, cycling events that come through here. The scenery is beautiful. This is the one place where I wish I had a drone. Follow me drone riding as I ride through here would be stunning, I reckon, when the sun's out. It's a bit cloudy today. And it's always windy down here. So our regular rides usually take us down here. You pop out into a little village and then you've got several options from there. You can go straight up over to the next ridge, you can go right, you can go left. But today, and I only do this when it's dry, and I only do this early in the year, I'm going to go down here, which is a really nice cross-country route. Really lovely in the dry, really lovely at this time of year. But if you leave it too late and you come through here later in the season, so sort of in the summertime, when all the nettles and the brambles and everything has started to really go crazy, it's quite hard work. Having been through here once when the nettles were kind of waist high, yeah, you don't want to be doing that. So this is like the sweet spot for this kind of trail through here this time of year, when it's bone dry and the nettles haven't got there yet. end up stuck in a rut that's too narrow and clipping my pedals or something stupid. So we've just come out of that gate there. You can go on the trail sort of that's going behind me if you want to. You end up at Barbury Shooting Club. They are shooting today. You probably can't hear it over the wind, but I can hear the guns being shot. And then you kind of pop back out onto the Ridgeway. It's a different route to the one we're taking. This, I believe, is called Gypsy Lane, and it will bring us down towards the old railway line that runs between Chisildon and Marlborough, which is now obviously just a cycle path, footpath, general use off-road path. So we're about to cross the railway line. If you go to your right, you end up in Marlborough. If you go left, you end up in Chisildon. And I was going to go left and go straight back home, but I think I might keep going. Right, this is the main road from Swindon to Marlborough. It's very busy. I would never ride down anything. I wouldn't, well, let me start again. I would not ride any length of this if I didn't have to. But just that short section, we were coming in here, and I mentioned the radio mast earlier on, and we're going to head up this very, very steep track now to get to the radio mast. Despite being on an e-bike, I will be blowing when I get to the top. It's very steep. So we're nearly at the top, and actually that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And this is the view. So yeah, Swindon is a shithole, but the surrounding countryside is absolutely beautiful. And we were all the way over there earlier, looking back towards that tower, which was way off in the distance. I don't even know if the GoPro would have picked it up, because the GoPro is on a wide angle, and that was a long way off in the distance. So we've gone from one ridge across to the other. And there's the radio mast in front of us. Now traditionally there's always been a massive puddle up here just past the mast, which again makes it difficult to come through here in the winter and when we've had any significant rain. Last time I came through here was a few weeks back, and the farmers had done something really odd up here and churned it all up. So let's see what the situation is today. So this is where that massive lake used to be, I guess. And the farmers have been doing something with the fields. Let's stop here. Last time I came through, they were cutting across here. There was like they'd got like bricks and stuff. It was all very weird. And I was coming from that direction through, and a guy on a off-road motorbike was coming from that way, and we both kind of stopped and were like, what the hell's going on? So at least this now looks to be a bit more sorted. Obviously this is going to fill up massively when it rains, but hopefully it'll be passable. Who knows? Curly Whirly Bridge. So we are back at Coate Water now. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, something a bit different. So if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching this video. Do let me know if you enjoyed it. And now I'm off for a pint. I'll see you next time.